This woman with an incredibly athletic figure is named Talley Williams, and she is already 80 years old. Many people are surprised at how active, strong, and energetic she is. She exercises regularly, moves a lot, and looks like a person who is not going to give in to age. At the same time, expensive procedures, unusual techniques, or special conditions are not behind her lifestyle. It's all based on simple habits that she's been following for years. Talley's story shows that the quality of life as we age largely depends on daily decisions. They are the ones who gradually form health, physical fitness, and energy reserves for many years to come. Watch the video to the end and we will reveal her main secrets of youth. So, let's get started. The main component of her daily routine is continuous mobility. She does not spend her days in conditions of sedentary comfort, when most of her time is spent in an armchair or on a soft sofa. Her routine is naturally filled with movement, walking, household chores, daily movements, and habitual physical activity. It is this factor that is considered one of the most underestimated conditions for a long and healthy life. A sedentary lifestyle doesn't just mean no exercise. This is a condition in which the body remains practically motionless for a long time, which worsens blood flow, muscles gradually lose their susceptibility to stress, and the total energy reserve begins to decrease. The body goes into resource conservation mode, but it pays for this by worsening the condition of the tissues and slower recovery. Daily household mobility works quite differently. It becomes a kind of permanent microactivation of the body. The muscular system regularly receives a signal about the need to work. Blood vessels remain flexible, and metabolic processes continue to function without switching to excessive economy mode. Another important component of her lifestyle was the support of her spouse. At first glance, this may seem like just a pleasant part of a personal story, but strong social relationships have a huge impact on how the body goes through age-related changes. When a person feels cared for, trusted, and reliable next to a loved one, the level of prolonged stress decreases markedly. The body ceases to be constantly in a state of internal tension. This affects the work of hormones, the depth of sleep, the rate of cell repair, and the functioning of the immune system. On the contrary, loneliness and lack of emotional contact are considered to be one of the factors that can accelerate the aging process. Moreover, we are talking not only about experiences, but about specific physiological changes, increased cortisol concentration, impaired control of inflammatory reactions, and a decrease in the desire to stay active. In the case of Talley Williams, the support of a loved one creates for her a stable sense of security and emotional balance. The next principle of Talley Williams is related to her style. She does not seek to hide behind typical age, appropriate clothes, and does not select things only on the principle of the main thing is to be comfortable and inconspicuous. On the contrary, each of her looks neat, harmonious, and favorably emphasizes the silhouette. It's not about blindly following fashion trends, but about respecting yourself. And it is here that a much more important meaning is hidden than it seems at first. When a person continues to wear clothes that emphasize their character and personality, the brain perceives this as a signal. I'm still involved in life. I'm needed. My place among people is preserved. Experts have long come to the conclusion that attitudes towards one's own body have a noticeable effect on habits. And daily habits gradually affect the state of the body. Those who feel excluded from active life tend to move less, take less care of themselves, and lose their physical shape faster. But if a sense of self-importance and involvement is maintained, the body largely begins to correspond to this inner attitude. Talley Williams' style is much more than an eye-catching look. This is a daily manifestation of self-respect and inner organization, which does not allow her to give in to age, even in the most ordinary details. And it is precisely such seemingly insignificant decisions that eventually add up to a truly noticeable result. However, one of the most underrated elements of her lifestyle remains regular exposure to the fresh air. She devotes a lot of time to this, and it's not about an easy way to have a good day. This is an important part of the systemic recovery of the nervous system. Modern people are almost continuously under the influence of information load. Phones, screens, notifications, communication, and a constant stream of stress. In such conditions, the nervous system remains in a state of increased activity for a long time. Even if a person does not feel it directly, the body still expends internal resources to maintain tension. The natural environment acts as a natural switching mechanism. It reduces cognitive overload, helps to stabilize concentration, and puts the nervous system into a more complete recovery mode. This is closely related to the aging process, as prolonged stress accelerates the deterioration of the body already at the cellular level. When Talley Williams spends time surrounded by nature, she creates conditions for her body in which recovery is much more effective than in a familiar urban environment. If you combine all these components, it becomes obvious that her feeling of youth is not at all the result of any one secret. It is a complete system in which each component complements the others. Regular exercise strengthens the body. Staying in nature helps to recover emotionally. Communicating with loved ones reduces stress. And the habit of taking care of yourself supports the inner desire to stay active. The most valuable thing is that these principles are accessible to almost everyone. There is nothing unattainable or unusual about them. However, it is their simplicity that often causes people to not attach much importance to them. They don't look like an instant solution, so many pass by, underestimating their impact. The story of Talley Williams clearly shows one important pattern. Age is determined not only by the date of birth. It is much more strongly influenced by the totality of daily actions that can either accelerate the aging process or conversely slow it down. And in most cases, it's not radical methods that are crucial, but steady habits that persist over the years. Friends, what do you think of this woman? Write your opinion in the comments. If this video was useful to you, then please like it and share the link with those who might find it particularly useful. We also recommend watching this video, which has now appeared on your screen.